everyone, to the home of the Wisconsin Badgers, Barry Alvarez Field at historic Camp Randall Stadium, where we are looking forward to a fantastic battle. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Wisconsin Badgers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. NC State will kick off, and that'll get things underway. He'll call for the fair catch here. Offense getting set for first down. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. They'll try the run. Bulls his way forward. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk after the 30-yard line.
Listen, defense is about energy. It's about passion. It's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy on the ground. You can't let guys break tackles. What could have been set up in a long yardage situation, now it becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him on the ground.
Leaves it with the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And just a great job on the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Third down, and they'll need 5 to keep this opening drive moving. Quarterback will audible. Looking to throw on third. It's complete to the left. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up the first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
The Badgers will line it up on 1st and 10. Try to get it to the edge. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
He's got it. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
And the Badgers are rolling down the field. Looking to move it through the air. Throws to the tight end. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Trying to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And how about that play by the defense here early in this game opening drive, facing one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football, and they're able to get an interception. That is going to be massive for their confidence in this game.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Across the 45. Running toward the tape. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the second level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
That big play put them in business. Now they're right on the edge of the red zone as they go to work 1st and 10. Trying to get the corner. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Gets it out quickly. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. And he'll be run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Not a very productive play there.
This D coordinator, man, he will take sacks any way he can get them. They weren't able to get it right off the bat, but tremendous job pursuing. Nice speed. Everybody keeping their eye on the QB. They're able to force him out of bounds to create that negative play.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Complete and looking for enough for the first down.
Gain of 1. Coming up, 4th down. Number 15 on to kick it away.
A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, NC State 7, Wisconsin 0.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Here's the handoff. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
He's looking to throw it. He'll get rid of it. Wide open downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
Now down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. Quick pass on the jet motion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. He caught it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
How many first downs is that alone, just on this drive? The defense, they keep this up, they're going to get worn out and continue to have to play more and more guys. They got to do something.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. NC State will line up with a first and goal. Trying to punch it in. And the runner is down, and so is the flag. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Wolfpack will have first and 10. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. Give him about a yard on the play. It's down at the 10.
Picks up 1. It's now second and goal.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The play action fake. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Quarterback now has to make sure his guys are dialed in. You can't make any more mistakes. Giving up a negative play on second down by the goal line, you've got to be really smart with this football.
It's still third and goal. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He's got his man. And they're able to make the tackle. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep him away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those third down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up in the rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
After that last incompletion, here's second and 10 from their own 20. They go to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Third down coming up.
It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Taking it the other way. He goes out of bounds at the 7-yard line, but what an opportunity after that pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
And this, my friend, is what you call advantageous field position. Starting the drive with a 1st and goal. Got it! And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina State! He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point makes it 14-0. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. The kickoff unit about to go to work. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important, down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut it to a 1-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play.
Brings up 3rd down.
On the option. Now the toss. And some room to work. Open runway ahead. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down.
And it's just got to be nice to have a running back that can make big-time plays with his feet. 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down right here. His opportunity gets the football, makes a huge gain. He makes this offense go, and it makes it so easy to be a play caller.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Now facing a 3rd and long. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
4th down and 12 is 4-down territory for this offense. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
NC State.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Trying to burn this defensive back. And he hauls it in inside the 30. He'll work his way down to the 28. This offense always looking for those big, explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. These corners going to give these receivers some space. He'll pull it down. Keeps it and gets past the chains. This senior quarterback moving the chains and picking up a first down for his team. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. He'll come out throwing on first down. Looking for the score. And that one is picked off in the end zone. Bringing it back. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
NC State 14, Wisconsin 0.
The Badgers will kick it off to start the second half. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They didn't, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with accuracy.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. It's complete on the right side. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Unloads to the wideout. Fires and picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And it's frustrating because you go into half and the coaches tell you what they want to accomplish. Listen, you've seen this the whole first half. This is what they're doing. Not a good job coming out first drive, trying to get some momentum created. Turn it over to the other team. Give them a good field position now, too. Not the ideal start.
Good jet sweep pass. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
All kinds of running room. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Football is very easy when the offensive line does their job like that. I mean, look at those holes, back able to make a cut, first down.
They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. Oh my goodness, he's still moving. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
1st and goal and a touchdown here really gives them momentum. He's got it on the run, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Wisconsin!
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And right down the middle.
NC State 14, Wisconsin.
Lining up to cover recover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fair catch, called for and made. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll leave it with him. Still on his feet at the 45. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Looking for a gap. It's Etienne. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Mark down at the 50. 2nd down.
Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. DB's right up on the receivers. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Nice move to pick up yardage. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
He wants to throw. Buys a little time. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Looking for a deep man. And he grabs it at the 15. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
His defense is heating up. They got an interception in the last possession. You could tell breaking on the football really, really well, seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on it. Almost had another interception.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wide out in motion. Little touch pass to the receiver. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. The field goal is no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. He's looking to throw. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Complete to the right. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
Well, the defense can't afford to give up too many big plays like that. That was a simple day one go route. A guy just running straight down the field. You need your DBs to get to that football and swat that thing away. You give up too many more of those, you don't got a shot at winning this game.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. The score, NC State 14, Wisconsin 7.
First down to start the drive after the break. The give from the gun. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Quarterback keeper. Kept it and he's past the marker. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him, and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematically.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and then the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Quarterback checking the play. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Interesting call here for the head coach, too, because you need a touchdown. Now it's 4th and long. You could kick the field goal and cut into the lead, but depends on how much you trust your defense right now. They may go for this one, guys.
And here we go. Down to score. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Grabs it in the middle. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Looking for room at the 25. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
Thrust that arm out. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
All right, so I know the defense is going to be aggressive, right? They got their stop. They forced a 3rd down. How aggressive does the offense want to be in response? Because if I throw the football, get a 1st down, I can run this clock almost out. This defense has to make a choice, but this offense, how aggressive do you want to be?
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's taking the shot. Catch inside the 30 and still running. He's loose. Touchdown, NC State. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? And you can't miss. You've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They'll throw it on 1st down. Getting some heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they've built the lead here in the 2nd half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping him really, really quiet.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the 2nd half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
On 3rd down, going up top. Got it set up on the outside. They played that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. And the Badgers will hustle to the line. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, and now trailing with a little over 2 minutes, it's looking bleak. My defense has got to go out there and get a stop immediately. I got to stop the clock as fast as I can, try to save as much as I can, and then put my 2-minute offense together. There's a lot that has to go right for me to get back in this ballgame.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And he'll just get rid of that one.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
2nd down coming up. Give to the running back. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Yeah, and he's shown you a little bit of everything today. Shows you why he's a really good back, and the line's paved some holes, and he's right at 99 yards. And the way this game's going with the lead, he's going to get a few more touches, break that century mark, and when you do, you have a great chance of winning football games.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Fast motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job. Nice play call by the offense.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. First and goal now as NC State tries to find a way to score. Fires to the tight end. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And how about it? Everyone getting involved, getting the big tight end involved. This offense has done an unbelievable job scoring points. This defense has had no answers. Just keep it rolling, offense.
He'll call for the fair catch here. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. This offense needs something to feel good about. It hasn't been very productive today, Jesse.
Well, I think it's just important they stay aggressive, try to throw the football, and just see what this quarterback can do here at the end of the game to build confidence for the next time they take the field.
Yeah, and there hadn't been much good today. But build confidence, sure, but just show your team you're going to keep fighting no matter what the scoreboard says.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. And they're not on the same page there.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
He's going to throw deep right side. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. They'll run the option. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And these are these moments as a defense, like, you're just trying to get out of the game. We're rotating, we're subbing, like, we've stopped them all game long. Like, they can run the football right here. The biggest thing is the clock ticking up.
Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Feeling some heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
He's got it. And he will score! Touchdown, Badgers!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense. Continue to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Florida Atlantic was able to come away with a hard-fought victory in Boca. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
And this offense has done a really good job late in this football game. Man, you put a premium on the fourth quarter and maximizing possessions, and they've put touchdowns on the board. They've done a great job. Nice last play, too. Keep that momentum going and get out of here with the win.
And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack! They can now exhale just a little bit with that lead, and they are close to a victory here in the 8th week of the season.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
And on that short gain, that will bring us to the end of this game. Now this team has consecutive wins, and when you start expecting to find ways to win games and you expect that you will perform well enough to do so, that's really hard to stop.
It's a mindset, Reese. This team has it right now. You can tell their players trust each other. Big situations arise in games. They're looking at each other in the huddle on the sideline, expecting to make the play that's going to help them win games. This team incredibly mentally tough right now, baby.
And you start to build that mental toughness when you start to string together positive weeks and you start to string together positive plays. Now you know you can do it. It's not, we talked about it in the offseason, oh, we want to do this. Now you're starting to execute it and put it together on the field.
So that's going to do it for us. Dallas, Texas, and the Texas State Fair. And for the better part of a century, the Sooners and Longhorns have defined conferences, national titles, and how regions of the country are perceived based on the outcome of this game. When these two meet, everybody pays attention. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on the winners of 5 straight, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Will put total leather to crank us up.
Texas.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. The ball is out behind the line. And they lost the ball out of bounds, and it'll be a loss of yardage on that one. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Second down after the offense averted absolute disaster. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Using his legs, it's Asher. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's going to pass. Fires to the wideout. He misses his man. The accuracy accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. You guys know I love the history of this stuff. Texas is threatening to put together a run unlike any they've had since the 50s, David.
Texas has been dominating the series, and I can tell you this from college. We had some rivals that we played with that we lost to consistently. Coaches that week got so tight, so tense, it made a big difference, Palmer.
Well, I'll tell you, this winning streak by Texas has had a major impact on the football program, too. Of course, the fans have been bragging, Bevo's strutting. These coaches' salaries, they've gone up because they've been able to win these games and dominate their rival, Oklahoma, time and time again.
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. This Red River rivalry has such a history of great finishes, and the Longhorns pulled that one out last year, David.
Yeah, they found a way to get it done. And listen, this rivalry means so much. You think OU Jesse's heard a little bit about this over the last year?
Of course they have, David. And I think both these teams, because of how last year's game ended, they knew this one was going to be a dogfight. They were prepared to come in here and play 60 minutes plus to try to get the W.
And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
The Longhorns have this offense rolling. Looking for room. It's Downs. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Takes the easy completion. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
They'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires into the end zone. He caught it. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening.
Perfect timing to call that pass play. It's 3rd and short down here in the red zone. Everybody in the stadium expecting you to run the football, and if you don't get it, maybe you kick a field goal, maybe you go for it on 4th. You don't have to worry about that now. Because of the pass completion, it's 1st and goal.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Third and goal is where offensive coordinators earn their keep. Grabbed over the middle. It's Raymond. Touchdown, Longhorn! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. That drive covered 57 yards for the touchdown. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Fair catch called for and made. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
And on second down for this offense, he's looking to throw. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. A lot of chapters in this rivalry. They've been in different conferences. They've been in the same conference, and now they're going to the SEC to elevate this feud.
And I feel like it just takes rivalry games in the SEC to a whole new level, right? When you think about Texas and Oklahoma, you think about past Heisman Trophy winners and national championships. And now, David, you're adding that to Florida.
Off he goes. He's at the 30. Oh, he thought for sure he was going to be able to house that one, but a huge pickup all the way down to the 12.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
They say it's still a game of field possession, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Let's see what they've got on second down. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. Defense more than happy to take that free yardage. Here comes the offense on second down. They'll give it to the back. Can't get him to the ground. Strong, firm tackle.
And I know it's not a first down, but I still like the way they ran the football here. Just try to make the next third down manageable. Try to get it where it's not as predictable. I think the offense did a really good job being smart there, taking what the defense gave them.
They'll go with a direct snap. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and game tackle.
Pocket starts to collapse. Zings it complete to the right. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
And it's nice to have those big tight ends down here in the red zone because they're such big targets, but they can block or you just slip them out, find a little hole in the defense, feature and throw it up, let them go get it. Nice job by the tight end with the catch and the touchdown.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. He'll call for the fair catch here. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. Out of the gun, the inside give. He powers his way ahead, gets 3, but they're still looking at 4th and 2. Yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. On 4th down, looking to pass. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive, you want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Going up top on 1st down. Got it behind the line. It's Johnson. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Now on 2nd down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Brought down at the 21-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now. A great Oklahoma running attack will bring a tear to the Boomer Sooner Nation eye, thinking of guys like Billy Sims.
And where it all started.
He'll take a shot. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on 2nd down. From the gun, the give, looking for room. Got enough space, and he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Sooners! I'm not sure anyone even breathed on that running back by the time he got into the end zone.
Nah, so many blockers out front. Where are the defenders? I mean, it's a good idea. You know, the guy with the ball, that's usually the guy we want to go tackle. Go get him.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And really good job getting to the quarterback. That's priority number 1, trying to get pressure on him. Get him to the ground is a bonus. They had 6 sacks in their last game. They got to keep building on that number if they want to keep stacking wins.
And after the loss on that last one, an all-important 2nd down play from the 12. Gets it out fast. And a good job in coverage there. They stop it after just a few.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got his man downfield. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Using the quick game. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. And more yards after contact. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
After the misfire, now on 2nd down. Quarterback checking off. They'll run the toss. Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16.
And a lot of times the defense is focused on the middle, right? Bring more big bodies in the red zone. Don't let them run the football. Offense tries to do the opposite. Get outside. Get their speeds to the football. Had a little bit of success, but nice job by this defense.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. The holder will put it down on the right hash, a 33-yard try. And this one splits the uprights. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. South Carolina somehow, some way, found a way there in Columbia and picked up a much-needed victory. It wasn't a masterpiece, but let's be honest, it wasn't a loss either. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. They'll line up for a second down play. Gives it to the back on the draw. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the first down.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Buys a little time. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
They'll go back to work after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 36. Toss to the outside. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
I think the toss does a really good job of getting the football on the edge quickly. You know, you toss it out there to the running back, you better block the defensive end. That's priority number 1. Good job blocking the defensive end, getting a nice positive game in the toss play.
Now on the option. Quick toss. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
Man, your goal of a defense is to stop them, is to force punts, and then this is just gravy. Now they go for it on 4th down and medium. On their side of the field, you get the big stop and a chance to switch the momentum here in the first half.
Makes the grab. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
And that's why this guy's a complete running back. He's good between the tackles, he can pass block, but he can also run routes. And we're not just talking about screens or swing routes. This guy gets vertical down the field, and he can run the route tree.
He makes a grab. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Move. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
And coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Lofts one high and deep. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on him, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that thing tipped to another defender, and it was an interception, but great coverage by the defender.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Safe completion on the screen. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. Motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. The Sooners racing to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on first down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
And that's why as quarterbacks you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Wide receiver shows motion. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
Timeout, Texas.
Well, this is not what the doctor ordered in terms of starting field position. Trying to find his man on first down. Gonna let it fly. And it's picked off. He'll try to take it back. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can hit them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3-spot on the board. Defense going to call a timeout here and give the kicker a little something to think about. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. Make him sweat it all. It's good. And it's a deadlock here in the third quarter after the field goal. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Sooners will kick it away to start the second half. No return coming. He'll call for the Bearcats. Sending the offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. To the air on first down. Lets it fly deep downfield. To the end zone and it's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, that's the second pick in as many series now for this quarterback. But, David, I love the defense right now and the way they're reading and reacting to all these route concepts. I mean, they are all over these guys on the back end.
All over the field, making plays. Listen, you're supposed to see the quarterback break on the football. You've seen several breaks on the football. Your job is to know what the offense does really, really well. And you can tell this defense is dialed in, and they know exactly what this offense wants to accomplish.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Setting up the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he wants it all. Fires the pass, intercepted. Got room on the return. He's at the 10. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. This is field position that you dream of. Yeah, I'll take it on the 2. A first down run in the red zone. And this was just a low man wins battle right on the doorstep of the goal line, and the defense comes up with the stop. Got it back on 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Longhorns! And that one will give them the lead. The AT unit on the field. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. A fair catch called for and made. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff
hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
They're going to go right back to him on first down.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
4 receivers set, 2 on each side on 2nd and 8. They'll run it from the gun. He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down. The Sooners are in the hurry-up. Running back searching for a hole. He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped a gain of 3. They've got him spread out on 2nd and 7, 2 wide out to either side. Fires toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Oklahoma!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Oh, and he hit it off the left upright. No good. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Florida Atlantic is trailing right now, and I know it may look bleak, but this team needs to regroup, remind itself it's at home, and remember just how quickly things can change. They're trailing by 10 to Rice. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
The snap sets up the throw. He's right on target. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Skips away from pressure. He'll let one go down the right side. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. They move the tight end all over. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Coming after him. Going to try to get it himself.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
They'll go to the ground. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. That's reeled in, it's down. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. He has been in see-ball, get-ball mode all day, and he is making his mark in this rivalry game, guys.
I'll tell you, he was sick and tired of reading about and hearing about the offenses coming into this one. This guy had his own designs and his own plans. He has been balling, David, all over the field.
Man, it's so fun. A rivalry game, you have so much emotion, so much passion. Well, guess what? You can let that out on defense. And defense, you can fly around, make plays, and he's been doing it all game long.
Would have been a 52-yard field goal attempt from here, so they'll try to pick up the 1st down here on 4th. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Buying some time. He'll try to do it himself. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
And they decide to go for it. Decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
The Sooner offense returns to the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. The corners are walked up tight. They're going to ride this running back. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Texas 24, Oklahoma 23.
2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. Handoff from the gun. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. A touch out of field goal range. They need to pick up yards quickly on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the 1st. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. He's got his man. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down.
You got to have better tackling in the back end on defense. The guy didn't have the first once he had the ball in his hand, but because you missed the tackle, they've now got a fresh set of downs.
The Sooners look to keep this drive humming. He's looking to throw it. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown Sooners! They move on top here in the 4th.
And some of these guys make it look so easy, but these are tight windows down here, man. There's not a lot of space on the field, and he drops back, knows exactly where he's going with the football, throws it in there, makes the play, and more importantly, now his team is in the lead in the 4th quarter.
Why not double the try total and go for 2? Looking to throw. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. They've got it again on offense. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a and the quarterback is snowed under. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Lets it fly. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Working that left side now. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The Longhorns with the 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Trying to get to it. Blasted as he lets it go. At the 40, there he goes. Boy, are they loving that huge play. He's got it down to the 9.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. He knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. With that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. They used those back-to-back explosives to set them up 1st and goal. The aerial assault continues. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Scrambling away. He'll throw it. This time it's complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football. Let him make plays.
On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Well, the offense has made it known on this drive. They're trying to throw the football, and they're going to let this quarterback go to work. The defense does a great job winning up front. They get the sack and try to slow this momentum down.
And this could prove to be the biggest play of the game. They'll go for it on 4th and goal. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th. Up by 1, they'll try to get the deuce and make it a field goal edge. on the ground. Into the end zone. The two-point conversion is good, and now they're up by a field goal. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
And here comes the offense on second down. Looking for space. It's Asher. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
It's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Screen pass just not working there. And you figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz. But because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
He's looking to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Asher. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. And the Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. They'll toss it to the outside on the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. I don't think the pressure's going to get to these guys. This is when it's fun. Late in the game, down 1 score, gotta have it right now. Takes a hit as he fires. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
Offense walks through the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Leaves it with the running back. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And this offense does not come up big. Man, you needed that first down. And listen, the communication with this offense and the execution has left a little bit to be desired, and especially in a big moment right here when you had to have a score and you had to have the fourth down conversion.
They'll put the tight end in motion. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. On first down, here comes this offense. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Defense will take a timeout with 28 seconds left. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. Wide out in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. A 3rd and long coming up here. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Unloads to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window. A bit of a roll of the dice, betting that they could finish the game, and they almost certainly did with that completion.
And I love when coaches have confidence in their quarterbacks in big situations like that. With the game on the line, go out and execute, ice this game.
This game always brings out the best in both teams, but today, Jesse, Texas' best was a little better.
And this is a win for them that's going to help their recruiting. Coaches are going to get paid for. But most importantly, David, Texas gets bragging rights for another whole year.
A whole year of bragging. And a whole year of telling OU fans, you're not as good as us. You can throw up the hook 'em horns. You can do it with pride. A lot on the line every year in the Red River rivalry.
It may not be a crown, but it's a hat, and it is golden. In this latest edition of the Red River rivalry, it goes to Texas. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Until next time, that'll do it for this edition of EA Sports College Football.